Hello and welcome to yet another video in the Java Puzzler series. Again, we have a very simple program and the question is what will be the outcome when we run this program. Now what we see here is that we have two statements, each of which are printing something, the output of this expression where two integer objects are compared. So first with the value 100 and second with value 200. Now, the question is what will happen when you run this program? If you want to think about it, take a pause here. Now, let's run the program and find out what happens. What we get is true and false. So the outcome of the first expression is true and the outcome of second expression is false. This is a bit surprising because if it is true for the first one, it should also be true for the second one. And if it is false for the second one, it should also be false for the first one. So what's going on here? It is true for the first one, which means that the object returned by this expression is same as the object returned by this expression, which means a value of is actually looking at the value that we're passing and it is returning the same object when the value is same. But if that is true, then the second expression should also be true. Now what's happening here? We are passing 200 and for 200 value of is not returning the same object. And yes, that's true. Now this happens because integer class maintains a cache of certain values. So it maintains an object cache for values from -128 to 127, which means if I actually run this for 127, I should get this as true. But if I do this for 128, I should get this as false. Let's run this and find out. That is indeed the case. Can we change these boundaries? Yes, it is possible to change the max value. So you can change the max value by using a JVM argument, which is XX auto box cache max. And you can set this to, well, any value which is the size, and this will change the max value, that is 127. And this is possible since Java 1.6. But you can't change the minimum value. So this still remains -128. And this is also possible for other box types like short, byte, character, and long. They also maintain similar caches, and their range is also -128 to 127. But for them, you can't change min or max value. Yeah, why do we do this? Why do we have such caches? We have these caches because when we convert an int value to a big integer or the box type integer, or when we convert, well, the short to this short object or byte to byte or long to long, we call this boxing. So when we box a primitive type into an object type, it should return the same object reference. So when we box a primitive value into a boxed object, it should return same object reference for same value. And this actually makes life quite a lot easy if this is followed. For example, if we are comparing the object references for these boxed object for any value, it will always return true. But it is not possible to do this for all the values in the range for integer or long, because that would take quite a lot of memory. All those objects need to be stored in the cache, and therefore the Java specifications only mandate this to do it for a specific range. And that range is -128 to 127. Again, as we learned before, it is possible to increase the max of the cache size, which is changing the value 127, but it is not possible to change the minimum value. So there we have it. This is the reason why we see a strange behavior when we convert this integer values to the box type integer. And that is the video. Hope you liked it. If you like it, hit like. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. If you like this content, consider subscribing. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.